Щороку в останній понеділок травня у Сполучених Штатах Memorial Day – це день, коли всі американці, не тільки американці, вшановують пам'ять тих, хто загинув, виборюючи свободу та демократію, вшановують пам'ять, власне, американських солдатів, солдатів американської армії, ветеранів американської армії. Збираються люди у Вашингтоні зі всіх штатів, Сполучених Штатів для того, аби вшанувати пам'ять тих, хто поклав своє життя за свободу та демократію. Варто сказати, що збираються люди в національному меморіальному комплексі в Арлінгтоні, де поховані чимало ветеранів, солдатів. Дуже великий це меморіальний комплекс, де, власне, відбуваються також урочистості за участі президента. І ось за моєю спиною ви можете бачити амфітеатр. Позаду цього амфітеатру могила невідомого солдата. І, власне, саме тут щороку з промовою до нації звертається президент нині Дональд Трамп. Він звернувся і сказав, що дуже важливо нині пам'ятати тих, хто загинув, хто воював. Почуємо президента.
Grateful to be joined as well by Chairman Kane, terrific military person, members of the Cabinet, members of Congress, members of the United States Armed Forces, veterans, and many other distinguished guests. We gather today to honor the incredible service members who rest in glory in this cemetery and burial grounds around the world and in 1,000 lonely places known only to God. In every hour of peril, in every moment of crisis, American warriors have left behind the blessings of home and family to answer their nation's call. They've offered all that they had within them and given their last breaths to each and every one of us that we might live safe and breathe free. This morning we pay tribute to their immortal deeds. We share in the sorrow of their beloved families, and as one nation we give thanks for the ultimate gift they have. We lift you up and we hold you high. Thank you, thank you, thank you for giving America the brightest light in your lives. It's what you've done. We will never, ever forget our fallen heroes, and we will never forget our debt to you. This Memorial Day is especially significant as we commemorate 250 years since the first American patriots fell on the field of battle. 2.5 centuries ago at Lexington Green, Concord Bridge, Bunker Hill, brave Minutemen and humble farm boys became the first to give their lives for a nation that did not yet have a name. With their deaths, men like John Brown, 23, Samuel Hadley, 28, and Abner Hosmer, 21, ignited the flame of liberty that now lights the inspires everybody and the entire world. Those young men, that happened. People pouring through our borders unchecked. People doing things that are indescribable and not for today to discuss. But the republic that is now doing so very well, we're doing so very well right now, considering the circumstances, and will do record-setting better with time. We will do better than we've ever done as a nation, better than ever before, I promise you that. Yorktown, at Vicksburg, and Shiloh, and in faraway places with names like Chateau, Terrari, Anzio, Iwo Jima, Quezon, Kandahar. Really just a few chosen names, and these are names that have become so important on the altar of freedom. They plunged into the crucible of battle, stormed into the fires of hell, charged into the valley of death, and rose into the arms of angels. The sacrifice that they made was not merely for a single battle, a long ago victory, or a fleeting triumph, decades or centuries past. Their sacrifice was for today, tomorrow, and every morning thereafter. Every child that lives in peace, every home that is filled with joy and love, Their courage is not carved in marble or cast in bronze. It's all around us, an American nation, 325 million strong, which will soon be greater than it has ever been before. It will be. And so today we uphold the memory of our heroes as people have done since ancient times by telling their stories and exalting their names. Senior Master Sergeant Elroy Harworth was a young, beautiful man from Earhart, Minnesota, when he enlisted in the Air Force and was sent to Vietnam. 59 years ago this very week, Elroy and his crewmates climbed into the dark skies over Da Nang on a classified mission known as Operation Carolina Moon. Their aim was to blow up a key enemy bridge, and while other crews had tried and failed, they were determined to try and get it done in the face of extreme danger, and they knew how bad it was. First Class Troy Harworth is with us today, joined by his wife Sonia and their son John. The grandson Elroy never got to hold. Thank you, Troy, and thank you, John, and above all, thank you, Elroy. Thank you very much. Please stand up. Thank you very much. Most important of all, in addition, we have the World Cup and we have the Olympics. Can you imagine? I missed that 4 years, and now look what I have. I have everything. Amazing the way things work out. God did that. I believe that. You know, I got the World Cup and I got the Olympics. The 250 years was not mine. I'd like to take that. But I got the Olympics, I got the World Cup when I was president. And I said, boy, it's too bad I won't be president then. And look what happened. I turned out, and we're going to have a great time. We're going to have a great celebration. But most important of all is the 250th anniversary. That blows everything away, including the World Cup and including the Olympics, as far as I'm concerned. In any corner of this cemetery, in any resting place for our war dead, anywhere on earth, you'll find untold stories of equal heroism and heartbreak unmatched, patriotism and devotion and acts of selflessness and courage so enormous they defy comprehension. Most people can't even imagine it. Great poets have written that it's love which moves the sun and the stars, but here on this soil, right where we are, we're reminded that it's love which moves the course of history and moves it always toward freedom, always. From Bunker Hill to Bastogne to Cantigny to Coral Sea, from Gettysburg to Guadalcanal, we're prouder, freer, and greater than ever before. May God bless our fallen heroes. May God bless our Gold Star families. And may God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much.
Виступав також і міністр оборони, також був присутній віце-президент Сполучених Штатів, і всі вони наголошували на тому, як важливо пам'ятати, як важливо пам'ятати жертви тих людей і пам'ятати і вшановувати сім'ї, які втратили своїх рідних через військові дії.
Hopes and dreams and loves, who's called by his country, leaves behind his hometown, his parents, his siblings, his sweetheart, all that he knows, to go fight a war that he may or may not understand. He's called to go through hell and back, to sleep in a trench, to eat out of a tin cup or on the hood of a Humvee, to pray as bullets and bombs thunder around him, to fear for the bullet or the mortar or the IED or the RPG with his name on it. He does it willingly. We will never be complacent. We owe these men nothing less. Our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. So on this Memorial Day, in honor of the unknown soldiers and the known. Let us rededicate ourselves to God and country. To our great republic 249 years on, we stand on the shoulders of great men and on the shoulders of those great men in those graves, and may we live worthy of it.
They stood not apart from us, but among us, ordinary men and women who chose to shoulder an impossible burden. And when we consider what they gave to us, it's common, of course, to focus on their deaths, on the courage to give in that moment what very few are willing or able to sacrifice. But the real tragedy of the loss is not in a single moment of suffering, as our Gold Star families know well, but in all the future moments they and their families lost. Every moment between their sacrifice on the battlefield and what would have been a natural death. They laid down their lives for Americans they would never meet, for generations yet unborn, for a nation that would not exist absent their incredible courage. Now, we know their families in particular have given so much. And in particular, I want to speak to the Gold Star families, to the families who have lost a son, a daughter, a husband, or a wife, to every child here who misses your dad or your mom. Know that your loved one to us is a hero. And though we cannot know your pain, please know that I speak for the entire nation when I say that we are grateful to them and to you for a debt none of us can possibly repay. The very best way to honor the fallen is to only ask the next generation to make the ultimate sacrifice when they absolutely must. We must be cautious in sending our people to war. The second way that I try to honor the fallen is to commit ourselves to being worthy of their sacrifice. If you're a husband, be the best husband you can be. If you're a mom, be the best mom that you can be. If you're a citizen, be the very best citizen that you can be. A great gift, often by people none of us ever met. Let us cherish that gift and make ourselves worthy of it. May God bless those who gave that gift, and may He bless the country they sacrificed for. Thank you.
Я поспілкувалася також з людьми. Ось почуємо, що сказали люди після того, як послухали і президента, і які враження в них, і чому вони сюди прийшли. Why are you here today?
To remember and to honor.
Why it's important?
Because I don't have the freedoms I have without them, and that I'm standing on the shoulder of them, and that to reinforce those rights, there has to be blood paid for that. And I always have to remember, and I always have to be grateful.
Can you please introduce me yourself?
Sure, I'm Heather. I'm from Richmond, Virginia.
Thank you here today.
I was here for the National Conference for TAPS, the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors. My son was a Marine in Afghanistan, and after he came home, he worked for the Army as a network programmer, an architect for the Army. So he still was in service for his country, even though he was a civilian.
Why it's important to be here on the Memorial Day?
Even though he didn't pass or die in combat, it's still important to honor those who did. And I know that he would be here, if he could be here, to honor them as well.
Can you introduce me yourself?
My name is Anna Altier, and I'm from Maryland.
Thank you.